It is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, why doesn't Rubio and Kasich get out of the race? So now it's one-on-one with Cruz and Trump. Why doesn't Rubio and Kasich get out of the race? And then it could be one-on-one with Cruz and Trump. Very, very interesting tweet. Everybody knows that's the topic of the day due to the landslide defeat that has been given to Marco Rubio on yesterday in the few primaries that were there, and Kasich trailing so badly. But here is my response to this tweet. Listening to everyone speak on this issue today is, in my opinion, proof positive that the fundamental transformation is almost complete. Because your inability to see what's really going on is just so apparent. You're so frustrated. This is why we tell our children time after time. We tell ourselves, we let our church, our pastors tell us, we let the Bible, we know this, people, we're not functioning it. Do not deal with anything while you're frustrated, because you do not see clearly. Let's look at it this way. We are a reality show, TV, liberal, get information from ungodly sources, transformed society. Not all of us, but somebody that's frustrated will make what I'm saying as an absolute, like I'm absolutely saying everybody. Here's the deal. A one-on-one reality show would be a horrible idea. That's not how this thing is functioning. We have been picking personality over principle for far too long for them to say one personality against another personality is going to be the way we're going to run this thing. It's a freaking reality show. Think about it. Would you tune into Love and Hip Hop if it was just one girl pulling one girl's hair and there was nobody else involved? No, they got to have drama. How do we know that we even brought this reality TV show stuff into this process? Look at how everything is positioned. From the beginning, Democrats and Republicans looking at the same information. Democrats already coordinated Hillary Clinton before this thing started, but they can't make it look like that, so they put a bunch of stool pigeons up there, a bunch of stooges. So they don't look like they was in the tank from her for the beginning. To trick you. They already knew. Republicans already knew. We look at the same information and process it two different ways. So they put a bunch of people up there so Hillary Clinton doesn't look like they already had her picked 50 years ago. That's what she's been working for. It's her turn. That's how Democratic politics work. We tried to do that with John McCain. Well, it's John McCain's turn because he's been a loyal Republican. But we don't do liberalism as good as they do. So you've seen that fiasco. So they put a bunch of people up there that had a snowball chance to just make them look good and this and that. And what did they do? They made sure that they put white faces up there because liberals are racist like that. That's what they are. They're racist like that. So they put a bunch of old white people up there. 4 white men against this 1 white woman. And then they scream diversity. They did enough diversity by putting Barack Obama in there and Eric Holder. Don't forget now, they did enough to get everybody upset. I know people don't like to talk about race, but see, guess what? In order to defeat a liberal, you got to understand how a liberal thinks. So they got these 2 black guys up here to get everybody all worked up because all they need is just a small minority of people on the Republican side to have a certain kind of animosity towards a black guy for them to be able to claim racism. That's all they need, just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a pinch. Just a pinch of pepper. Will get you sneezing the way they please. Now on the Republican side, we had 17 candidates come out. Why? Because it goes to show how frustrated we are on our side. We had 17 Americans that said, man, I want to come and help this country get back. This is how screwed up liberalism has done our country. where 17 Republicans come out and all of them think they have a viable shot to help fix our country. The cage match for TV ratings extravaganza. Now let the carnage begin. The reason why Rubio and Kasich won't get out is because they have reality TV show value. And we're biting. How do we know? It's like Love and Hip Hop, the politics version. Because all we talk about is Cruz is Rubio's in so he can stick it to Cruz and hit Cruz, and Kasich is the good guy, grandpa guy, and he doesn't want to hit anybody. We got to have one of those characters on stage. We got Donald Trump who just beats up and eats up everybody. See, the liberal media and the conservative media really love Donald Trump because Donald Trump assures the liberal media that Hillary's in and assures the conservative media that Hillary's in. Liberals need Hillary in, but they really don't need Hillary. They just need liberalism to continue. And Hillary just happens to be the next one up. But see, conservatives need to focus on a personality. So they need her in so that they can continue their ratings extravaganza and keep you all frustrated and looking at them. It's a TV show, people. It's not our politics. Our lives are at stake. And look at us. It's the most interactive reality TV show ever. Because the American people are so enthralled in this thing. It's like the Truman Story. We're so enthralled in this thing. This is all we watch. And we're fighting with each other. We're creating this reality TV show in real life to us. We're on Twitter and we're beating each other up and sticking it to each other. And Phil's looking out for the black guy. When you're not, I'm just trying to understand. I'm trying to get you to understand how liberalism keeps winning. You talk about win again. I'm trying to share with you, why does liberalism keep winning? Because it gets you to play on their field. It gets you to play right into their wheelhouse. Rubio's in it because why? Because he's here to stick it to Cruz, and he's the one that's taking the mantle. I can't win, so let me just go ahead and stick it to Trump and go ahead and tell these truths. I'll be the attack dog. It's like a hockey ring, and he's the enforcer. John Kasich is like the coach. Ted Cruz is like the wingman. And Donald Trump, he's just a wolf in sheep's clothes. And then he has to be propped up by conservative media. But the biggest thing that's happening and taking place, look how freaking frustrated we're functioning. We act like we have no love for somebody who's voting for Rubio. People can't love on that American. It's just a vote. But you're at their throat over a vote. Reality TV show run amok. So no, they're going to stay in as long. Hillary's already in. She's already coordinated, but she just had to have some props on the stage. Donald Trump will never get in, but they need to keep this kind of thing going on our side. The media has effectively picked our candidates again, proving that we are fundamentally transformed because principles are not playing a part in any of this race. No principles. Where is the principles at, people? Where are the principles? Donald Trump has not given you one specific, but there is specific information coming out about Donald Trump that he's crooked as all get out. And his open primary is the death nail to the Republican Party. And for those people that say, this don't make no sense, Democrats voting, it's a primary, people. It's not the general election. You're not a turncoat in the primary. Now you're relegated to be a sabotager. Democrats are sabotaging our side to guarantee Hillary, to guarantee liberalism will continue. Because guess what you guys are not talking about? You're not talking about Iran anymore. What about ISIS? Come on, the border. All that stuff is gone. Now it's who's sticking it to who and who should get out the race. That's where we're at now, people. Who can stick it to who should get out the race, this and that. And guess what you're not doing? You are not focusing on liberalism. Liberalism is what is running rampant in our country. And personalities over principles just do not cut it. We are fundamentally transformed, and we're just waiting for the ink to dry on the inauguration papers of the next one up to protect everything that the liberals have gained over the last 8 years. Welcome to a different America, people. Lights, camera, transformation. Hey, I'm Phil Williams, and that's my response to a tweet on The Phil Williams Show.